The Crusades were a series of religious wars fought between Christians and Muslims during the medieval period, primarily over control of the Holy Land. These wars, spanning from the late 11th century to the late 13th century, were some of the most significant and impactful conflicts in history. They not only shaped the political landscape of the Middle East, but also had lasting effects on Europe and the broader Mediterranean world. The First Crusade, launched in 1096 by Pope Urban II, marked the beginning of the crusading era. Its call to arms came in response to a plea for help from the Byzantine Emperor Alexios I, who was struggling to defend his empire from the encroaching Seljuk Turks. Urban's appeal to European Christians was both religious and political, as he promised spiritual rewards in the form of indulgences, forgiveness of sins for those who would take up the cross and fight. This idea, combined with the chance for wealth and adventure, attracted a large number of European knights, nobles, and peasants, all eager to march toward Jerusalem. After several years of fighting, the Crusaders achieved a stunning victory in 1099 when they captured Jerusalem from the Fatimid Caliphate, establishing a series of Crusader states across the Levant. This success was seen as a divine victory by the Christians and solidified the idea that God was on their side. However, maintaining control of these territories proved to be a significant challenge, as they were surrounded by Muslim states that sought to reclaim the land. In response to the success of the First Crusade, Muslim leaders in the region began to consolidate their forces, leading to the eventual fall of the Crusader stronghold of Edessa in 1144. This defeat prompted the launch of the Second Crusade, 1147 to 1150, led by European kings such as Louis VI of France and Conrad I of Germany. However, this campaign ended in failure as the Crusaders were unable to reclaim Edessa or secure any major victories. The most famous and perhaps most significant of all the Crusades was the Third Crusade, 1189 to 1192, which was launched after the fall of Jerusalem to the Muslim leader Saladin in 1187. This crusade was led by some of the most notable figures in European history, including Richard the Lionheart of England, Philip II of France, and the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa. Despite several hard-fought battles and victories, the Crusaders were ultimately unable to retake Jerusalem. However, Richard the Lionheart did negotiate a truce with Saladin, which allowed Christian pilgrims to visit the holy sites in Jerusalem. Over the next century, additional crusades were launched, but they met with limited success. The Fourth Crusade, 1202 to 1204, took an unexpected and disastrous turn when the Crusaders, instead of fighting Muslim forces, sacked the Christian city of Constantinople. This event deepened the divide between the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches, a rift that would never fully heal. The later Crusades, such as the Fifth and Sixth Crusades, failed to achieve any significant gains in the Holy Land, and by the end of the 13th century, the Crusader states had collapsed, with the fall of Acre in 1291 marking the end of the Crusader presence in the region. Despite their military failures, the Crusades had a profound and lasting impact on both Europe and the Middle East. In Europe, the Crusades helped to centralize royal power, as kings took a leading role in organizing and financing the campaigns. The wars also stimulated trade and cultural exchange between East and West, introducing Europeans to new ideas, goods, and technologies from the Muslim world, such as advancements in medicine, science, and mathematics. The Crusades also left a deep legacy of mistrust and conflict between Christians and Muslims, a legacy that, in some ways, persists to this day. The history of the Crusades is a complex and multifaceted story, full of both triumph and tragedy. While they were motivated by religious zeal, the Crusades were also influenced by political ambition, economic interests, and personal motivations. Over the centuries, they have been remembered and interpreted in various ways, from acts of piety to examples of colonial aggression. For more intriguing historical insights and untold stories from the past, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.